And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel guys, hope you're all well. Before we do get into today's video, as always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. Guys, in today's video we're going to be doing something a little bit different. As I said, James Bisgrove has spoken about a stadium expansion and his plans for sort of Ibrox to get bigger and to put more money into the training facilities. As I said, most of the content or most of the subject matter has been with regards to our pitch performances, and it has been a bit doom and gloom despite us winning 3 games on the bounce, but we are going to be going over what James Bisgrove has said with regards to the future and of course the stadium expansion as well, which is something that I know you guys as supporters want to see happen. Not only that, we'll also go through a few other bits and pieces. As I said, Kenny Miller has also spoken out about our performance at the weekend and basically stated that don't worry, Celtic will drop points in this title race as well. So we are going to discuss and have a little look what he said, whilst also going through a few other bits and pieces from the Rangers camp. But let's start with Kenny Miller. Now, Kenny Miller is adamant Celtic will stumble in the title race and hand Rangers an opportunity to eat into the points gap. Basically, he told the Sunday Mail, in terms of the title race, I expect Celtic to drop points. And with that comes possibilities for Rangers, no matter what anyone says, because I was involved in it for years. Every Old Firm player looks for the other side's results. If you're playing earlier, irrespective of what you're doing later that day, you're checking to see how they're getting on. That's the way it is, but you can only control what you do and how you work. Rangers don't face Celtic now until the end of December. You can't affect them. But if you continually win your own games, it keeps the pressure on. And at this moment, Celtic aren't at full strength. They've got injury issues there. They've signed a lot of new players as well. And as I said, like Rangers are still searching for their best form. They've already lost in the Cup and dropped points in the Premiership. That has to give Michael and Rangers encouragement. But encouragement is one thing. It means nothing if you don't win. So yeah, Kenny Miller just speaking about the overall title race, trying to be a beacon of positivity and shine a bit of light, if you like. However, after the performance at the weekend, as I said, depleted 10-man against Livingston, you don't really have any faith. I know back in his day, there was opportunities for other teams to try and take points off the other sides in the Old Firm, but those days are kind of gone. It almost feels if you do lose those Old Firm games, it's detrimental. I was speaking recently in a live stream that, well, the Premier League, not just the English Premier League in terms of what Pep Guardiola or Jurgen Klopp have done with the points total, even in the Scottish Premiership over the last few years. You know, our points totals are so high and the margin for error is so fine these days with regards to the title race. And almost these days, a draw feels like an absolute catastrophe. So, I mean, I get what he's trying to say, but I don't think there is that much opportunity for the gap to close. There is, of course, but having said that, in this day and age, I do think it's a lot different to when he was sort of playing in the noughties. As I said, the points in all domestic leagues, it looks like, not just Scotland and England, but the bar has been put really, really high, and the margin for error is very, very finite. Now, with regards to other stuff, guys, as I spoke about, I have actually spoke about recently with regards to the attendance rates. The Rangers fans, I mean, if you looked at the home game on Sunday against Motherwell, a lot of empty seats in terms of people not showing up. And again for the Real Betis game, of course, that's not season ticket holders. That's you have to buy a ticket, 48 quid, and you know that wasn't a full attendance for that game against Real Betis. Now, it could just be the finances, could just be that time of year, or it just could be that no one really can be asked watching Rangers at the moment because they're that poor to watch. However, having said that, we have also spoke a lot recently about Rangers should expand their stadium. One, not just for match their revenue, but two, just to bring in more. We do have that kind of demand in terms of where season ticket goes. People want tickets to go to Rangers, and as I say, we always sell out our season ticket books every single year. But James Bisgrove has opened up and teased about the expansion works at Ibrox are in the pipeline for the near future. The Rangers CEO revealed in yesterday's programme notes that the club's plans to develop the stadium as well as its training facilities are under his watch. Previewing the game against Motherwell, which finished 1-0 to Michael Beale's side on Sunday, of course, Bisgrove's section was occupied by the topic of the club's training ground. But it was the sign-off that was certainly attracted the most attention among supporters. He wrote, plans to further enhance both Rangers Training Centre and Ibrox by the way of stadium expansion and upgrade to facilities remain high on our agenda, and we look forward to detailing further plans in the near future. This followed on from Bisgrove touching upon England's use of Rangers training facilities during the recent international break. He said it was very pleasing to welcome England to our training ground ahead of their recent match with Scotland. Their current men's setup is undoubtedly elite. They expect to have the best out of everything. For them to recognise Rangers training centre as the preferred location to prepare for the matches they evidently took very seriously is a massive compliment to us as a club. The current board and investors have provided significant funds to ensure we were already best training facility in the country was taken to as a whole new level, and we are very proud to have a training ground on par with many of Europe's top clubs. So yeah, as you can see there, he did tease that the fact that we are looking at potentially expanding the stadium. Now, there is a lot of theories of how Ibrox could be expanded. Obviously, there's the theory, or the main theory, the favourite theory, is go under and dig down and basically create more capacity there. And then there's another one that seems kind of more likely, is filling in the corners, which would probably add a couple more thousand seats to Ibrox itself. But the actual expansion plans itself have to be quite creative. As I said, you have to probably dig down if you want to make a mass amounts of seats, or as I said, fill in the corners if you just want a small expansion. But the fact that he's speaking about stadium expansion is something that's on the lips, which is very, very exciting stuff. Despite us not playing the best football in the world at the moment, this is just a purple patch, or this is just a patch, if you like, within our sort of history. But one thing remains certain is Ibrox is too small for the demand in terms of season ticket holders and all the rest of it. Ibrox is too small, and there is a demand for more people to come in on a week-to-week basis, which would of course provide the club so much more income going forward by selling more season ticket books, and of course just in total on a European night would be able to sell more tickets, etc, etc. So it's quite good to see him recognising that. As I said, in the past, no one's really actually talked about it. It's kind of been pie in the sky stuff, but as I said, the fact that the director has come out and spoke about it and said it is under his watch and is something that they're discussing is very, very exciting news, and something that will probably be underway hopefully over the next sort of 5 to 10 years in terms of the plan as the overall club. Obviously this thing doesn't happen overnight, but when we're talking about it, hopefully we start to get an idea of when things are going to move forward, but certainly something to look forward to going into the future. But Rangers fans, that's all I've really got for you today, guys. As I said, mainly topics that Rangers fans are discussing at the moment is the performances on the park, but I just want to try and maybe bring a bit of positivity in other areas. Obviously we've got another game this week against Livingston, talking about stadium and allocations and attendance rates. If you look at the available tickets for that game, well, you probably wouldn't need a stadium expansion. Yes, it's like literally all yellow. There's available tickets everywhere. So if you do want to go to Ibrox on Wednesday for that game in the League Cup quarter-final, then there's plenty of tickets to go and see Rangers play. So yeah, just a heads up to you there. But Rangers fans, that's all I've got for you today. Do let me know your thoughts down there in the comment section below with regards to a stadium expansion, and how would you go about doing it, or what do you think the favourite is? Fill in the corners or dig down? What do you think Rangers need, and what do you think the capacity the football club actually need to have going forward? As I said, let me know down there in the comment section below. That does bring us to the end of today's video. As always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. Thank you, I'll see you all next time. Take care. Peace.